What's really good, LeSBP trading familia? Buenos dias, bonjour, bon dia. Thank you all for tuning in. So today we are going to be looking at our Hugosway account, the personal account. As you know, I did make it to the profit target of 1,000 on Monday. So Tuesday, I didn't do a video, but I'll go ahead and just quickly put you in as to what happened. I did take 2 trades, but I did not take all of these. Long story short, I thought this news that was today on Wednesday was yesterday on Tuesday. Don't ask me why, because yes, there is a differentiation between the days where you can see these kind of lighter and darker colors. That's probably why they did it. Like, oh, people were probably messing this up and joining the days together or something. So you can see the days where Monday is a darker gray, Tuesday is like a lighter, and then Wednesday, so on and so forth. I still messed it up. So yeah. But either way, I wanted to put the positions here just in case like I actually did take them according to strategy, because this is what I would have really had instead of what I had on the actual account, which was me trading after the 2 o'clock news that I thought was supposed to be coming out that day, which wasn't until today. So our first actual trades were right here. We had 2 trades in this same vicinity, both equaling up to, one was 2.87, and the other one was like 4.82. So actually totaling up to about 7.5 pip loss. Now we did end up losing $13 on one, so almost $14 and almost $9. So we did end up losing $22.47. As you can see, we were using 0.03 lot sizes, which I probably shouldn't be doing on this small of account. I should only really probably be doing at least a 0.01, because it's $1 to the pip, which means if we're using 0.03, that's $3 to the pip. But that's what I'm doing. So I don't know, take it or leave it. I guess you can say that I'm over leveraging or whatever. But either way, we didn't take these. So thankfully we didn't have to take a 40 pip loss, because had that been a 40 pip loss, that's $120. Quick math in my head, 0.03 times 4. That would have been $120 loss yesterday. But we only ended up taking $23 loss. Moving on to today, so that I don't take up too much of your time. Moving on to today. Today was the actual news day. Today was the day that I thought was yesterday. So 8:30 we had CPI news, CPI month over month, CPI year over year, core CPI month over month, and then FOMC meeting minutes at 1400. So CPI, all those CPI news was at 8:30. Which for me, I didn't take any trades before that because I know that CPI goes crazy. I think this was 170 pips this morning when I looked at it, like 170. And I mean total, as in like where it stopped at. That looks like 190 almost actually. So I'm probably a little off. Yeah, 190. So it went up about 190 pips within the first couple of minutes of CPI coming out, and then after that, it kind of slowly trickled down. So I waited for it, to be honest with you. Sadly, I don't know how to use support resistance areas in order for entry, but I do know how to use it for like exits and like TPs and stop losses. So I gotta really learn how to do that, because I put this I put this support resistance here in hopes that it would actually come back up to where I wanted to enter, and we never got it. We just never got that point that I wanted. But the support resistance area, if I was using that would have been fine for entry, and as you can see, it actually went down pretty fairly. By the time it got to this point here, we were able to enter the trade right here on this pullback. I was hoping to God that it wouldn't go all the way back up to the 4-hour support resistance area, which is this red box, and it didn't. But we got in right here on this candle, and it trickled down about 87 pips. I was looking for 120, which is my norm. And this is after, by the way, this is after, no, this is still before. This is still before the 2 p.m. FOMC news. So I knew I was kind of playing in between those two news events, which I really don't like to do. I like to take my trades either before or completely after all of the news comes out, especially if it's high news, and I know FOMC can be high news. But for some odd reason today, I decided to go ahead and take a trade. So ended up getting into this trade. We followed it. We were up by like 220 pips, and then it started to come back. Well, I drew the support resistance area all the way across to probably, till just about I think this is like 1 p.m. maybe Eastern time. But I drew it all the way over here, and I was like, all right, it went down. If it comes back up and retest it, then I'm okay with that. But if it pushes through, then we're going to go ahead and get out. And that's this trade right here for the $57.39. So we took that trade and we ended up with 63.64 minus 12,944.51. We ended up with about 19 pips. 19 pips times 3, so yeah, 57.39. We ended up about 19 pips. And I mean, it wasn't a great trade, but it would have been so much better if I would have gotten the 120, of course. We all know that. But I did have some interesting points here. So number one, this is a high news trade. I know that it's a high news trade, so to me, I'm trying to play it kind of quickly in a sense. I knew that I was probably going to have to take my trades a little bit faster, as well as making sure to kind of get out a little bit early, just because you had a bunch of stuff in between this. You had this 4-hour support resistance area that the market's been playing about like literally this whole time, this whole week, last week, and that's one of my points as well. Then you got this last month high right here too. That kind of came into play here, and it came into play a little bit later. I'll show you. Number two, way late entry. To me, I really wanted to be in up here. I so badly wanted to be in up here, but all my confluences weren't hit, so I had to wait till it came down here, which kind of sucked. Number three, I've come to realize that not every trade plays out in my way, no matter what kind of strategy. But it is better to follow my strategy than to just leap into random trades hoping that it wins. Trading's bad enough with the strategy. Think of trying to trade without one. So literally, that's just me telling myself and realizing that I don't need to just jump into random trades. I can win, but and my TP was hit. No, y'all gonna understand why I'm saying no in a second. But it's better to trade with your strategy than it would be to just sit there and say, I'm just gonna, oh, that looks good, I'm just gonna jump in that buy. That looks good, I'm gonna jump in that sell. Number four, the market has been playing about this area, and that's what I was talking about for the past week on that 4-hour support resistance. So to be honest, because today had two different news events, I just kind of didn't trust it. I'm just not gonna lie to you. I just really didn't trust it to go as far as I wanted it to go. I was really looking for 200 pips. This is one of my days where I look for 200 pips, but I just honestly didn't trust it. Number five, I know how to use support resistance for stop loss. We said that. I know how to use it for stop loss and TPs, but not for entries. I got to work on that. I really do. That's me telling myself that I have to work on it. Number six, I knew that if this broke my support resistance, just like I told you, it was more than likely going to continue and hit my break even, basically. And then number seven, more news is coming out of 1400 FOMC meeting minutes. So on to the point why I'm saying no as to why this just hit my TP. So I gave this trade a few more chances, but I had to wait for a little bit because once again, I don't get in until confluences are met. And because I knew that news is coming at 1400, I was like, all right, well, this trade has already happened. My confluence was met like once or twice in between this, but there was news. So I was like, I'm not going to trade again until the news comes out, because if I do, then I'm more than likely probably lose. And as you can see, it kind of just stayed in one particular area, then it kind of moved up towards that 4-hour support resistance area again, and then it finally came back down. So news came out at 1400. 1400 is right here. It actually didn't spike as far as I thought it would go, but it gave me a nice setup, so I was fine. This was the first time it gave me the setup. Change it back to Kuwait time so I know exactly what time that is. This is the first setup right here at 2110. So this one right here. And we were literally only in this trade for like seconds. I messed it up. I messed up the trade. It was one of those ones where like I was trying to get in, and for some reason I didn't put my stop loss in the right place, but it's because I'm doing the 0.03 lot sizes. So instead of looking at the stop loss of the entry, I looked at the monetary value of the entry, and that messed me up because once again the prices on here are different from the prices on TradingView, so you have to adjust in a sense, and I just messed it up basically. It's a kind of a good thing that I messed it up though, because I think on this one, because I messed it up, we only lost like 4 pips, I want to say. 5 pips, almost 6 pips. We only lost about 6 pips, and that the simple reason is literally just because of the fact that I messed up the stop loss. It hit stop loss immediately after I moved it, and I wasn't paying attention. Now to the reason why I'm saying like, oh shit, I'm mad about it hitting my TP. So 69.24 minus 12,896.36. Now, as you can see, we took 72 pips. I got out of this trade early. This was the trade right here. I got out of this trade early because once again, it's FOMC. You had news earlier. It's one of those times where it's like, I feel like momentum. You know what I mean? Like you have to look at sometimes like, is the momentum really going to carry the day? You know what I mean? Like, is it going to carry for the rest of the day? And in my head, I was thinking no. So once it kind of actually like right around here, once it hit that last month high, I was like, all right, we're just going to kind of leave it. I'm just going to leave it where it is, take this trade out, and then we're gonna go ahead and let whatever happens happen. If it goes back up, if it goes down, or whatever. And yes, I took profit really early, which kind of sucks, and it's not according to strategy. So I am slightly disappointed in myself. Once again, I've explained this like a million times already. If you have a strategy, follow it. I keep explaining it and keep saying it because I'm not following it. So as you can see, it hit the full 120 pips that we're going for. Now, I didn't go for 200 today because of the simple fact that you had this nice spike. You already got, let me see if I can hide this. Sorry, that's distracting to me. You've got all this momentum pushing down, and then you got it pushing back up to that 4-hour support. NAS100 is not going to move forever. All right, it is an indice, so it goes quite far when it comes to, you know, the range of the market, like where it's at now. And hitting this New York low from like Thursday, that's 292 pips. So for me to sit here and say, oh, I'm gonna get 200 pips, yeah, if I had entered all the way up here. But for me to say that all the way down here, to me, that's not gonna happen. Because literally you can look at this trade right here, and if you look at this trade over here to the right, there were probably only a 5 pip difference in entry. Like this is like a 5 pip entry difference in pips. So if I knew I was going for 120 here down to this New York low, then I probably was going to go for 120 here down to the New York low. I wasn't going to go for 200. So either way, hopefully you understood that, because to me, I just feel like it makes a whole lot of sense to me, but at the same time, it might not make sense to somebody else. So got any questions, just let me know. But either way, I'm once again pissed at myself because I decided not to take full TP. That could have been, instead of it being $218, full TP is at 120 pips, so that's 360 minus like commission a little bit and maybe a little bit of spread. So I'd probably at least had was that 360 minus like 10, I don't know, like 350, at least like $350 that we could have had instead of having the 218. I'm not greedy though, and I'm not saying I'm not saying that is greedy, but it is according to strategy. And as you can see, it made it. And that's once again one of those things. And I kind of wanted that to happen because I wanted you all to see that, like, finally, that if I don't take my strategy, it don't get hit. Like, you ain't gonna get what you want. So either way, appreciate you all for watching. Thank you once again. I'm glad you could actually see that this time because to me, I don't get a chance sometimes to actually put in trades, record the trades and stuff like that or whatever, and let you see it hit TP or let you see it hit stop loss. I will hopefully one day be able to do that. I do plan on doing that, and once I become a full-time trader, I will definitely do that. But I also have a job right now, so which I'm currently late for, back from lunch, so I need to get out of here. But either way, I appreciate you all. Thank you once again. I'm happy that the strategy keeps playing out, man. I'm really happy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm extremely happy that my strategy keeps playing out the way that it's supposed to. You know what I mean? Like we hitting the 120 pips. I'm happy about that. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm disappointed in myself. So please take your trades with your strategy. Don't do anything stupid like what I'm doing right now too, which is over leveraging. You know, take it slow. And if you can, do what I'm trying to do, which is so you don't have to over leverage, try to get an FTMO account. Fuck it. Other than that, appreciate y'all. Thank you. Have a good day. Peace. Happy hump day.